On March 5, 2025, the Supreme Court handed down a significant ruling against the Trump administration. The court, in a 5-4 decision, ordered the administration to release nearly $2 billion in foreign aid. This money had been frozen by the Trump administration, causing considerable controversy. The court's decision was a victory for nonprofit aid groups who rely on this funding. These groups argued that the freeze was illegal and harmful to their operations. The ruling was seen as a rebuke of the Trump administration's attempts to circumvent Congress's power of the purse. The decision was met with praise from human rights organizations and foreign policy experts. They argued that the frozen funds were essential for providing humanitarian assistance and promoting U.S. interests abroad. The case had garnered significant attention because of its implications for the separation of powers. The Trump administration had argued that the president had broad authority to control foreign aid. However, the Supreme Court disagreed, affirming Congress's constitutional role in appropriating funds. This decision has significant implications for the future of foreign aid. It reaffirms the importance of these programs and the need for consistent funding. The ruling serves as a reminder that even during times of political division, the rule of law and the principles of democracy must be upheld. The Supreme Court's ruling was the culmination of a legal battle that began weeks earlier. Judge Amir Ali, a Biden appointee, issued a temporary restraining order against the Trump administration. This order prevented the administration from freezing the funds and ordered the resumption of payments. The administration, however, did not comply with the order, leading to further legal action. This defiance of a court order was unusual and raised concerns about the administration's commitment to the rule of law. The administration's decision to ignore the TRO was a calculated risk. They gambled that the Supreme Court would overturn the lower court's ruling. This gamble, however, did not pay off. The administration's defiance of the TRO put them in a difficult legal position. It argued that the president had sovereign immunity, protecting him from being sued. A Department of Justice lawyer struggled to explain the administration's non-compliance with the TRO during a hearing with Judge Ali. This line of defense was met with skepticism by the court. The Trump administration, throughout the legal proceedings, maintained that the freeze was necessary. They argued that a total zero-based review of foreign aid was needed. Pete Morocco, a Trump administration official overseeing the dismantling of USAID, cited nefarious actors within agencies. He claimed these actors were attempting to push through illegal payments, justifying the freeze. Morocco promised that payments would resume after the review, but this did not happen. The administration's justification for the freeze was viewed with suspicion by many. Critics argued that it was a politically motivated attempt to undermine foreign aid programs. The administration's claims of nefarious actors and illegal payments were never substantiated. This led many to believe that they were merely a pretext for achieving a policy objective. The Supreme Court's decision to unfreeze the aid money came as a relief to many foreign aid groups. These groups had faced potential bankruptcy due to the funding freeze. The decision ensures that vital humanitarian aid can continue to reach those who need it most. Justice Alito, in his dissenting opinion, expressed astonishment at the majority decision. He questioned the authority of a single district court judge to compel the government to disburse such a large sum. Alito's dissent reflects a broader debate about the power of the judiciary and its role in overseeing the executive branch. This ruling has set a precedent for future cases involving foreign aid and executive power. It underscores the limits of presidential authority and the importance of congressional oversight. The district court will now clarify the government's obligations to comply with the TRO, considering feasible timelines. A longer-term preliminary injunction against the aid freeze is also under consideration by the lower court.